Hey, Ancient Albatross here again. The Cypher Unlimited crew back for part 2 of GM Roulette. And I believe we are kicking things off with a third GM, which would be GM Sprinks.
Yeah.
And yeah, let me get the timer and such
Real
situated
quick,
right quick. Oh yeah,
before you do that,
go on.
we have a quick recap.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
The
definitely,
Intrepid,
yes.
the Intrepid group of first contact explorers have just come out of hyperspace, landed on Epsilon 45321. I'm not sure which one it was, but in
Epsilon
the,
4.
in the wake of landing on the planet, we all find out that the civilization has completely disappeared, even though there was supposed to be full-on life forms there, only to land on the planet and find piles of dust that we probably surmised are the adults on the planet. And we lost both Alan and Alex. We should actually say they're red shirts now instead of greenies. You know, um, they're gone, and we found out that we need houses for our heads made out of multicolored aluminum foil. And we've just met a child who saved our lives from impending doom, so it seems. GM Sprinkles?
Oh, there was several children there.
Oh,
Yes.
several children, excuse
Yeah,
me.
there was several, yeah.
So, GM Sprinkles, it's all yours.
Alrighty, so you're in this small room. They've just been saved by this weird dust cloud, and this little girl says, "You need a house for your head."
Sister gets out of what is it, Vargas's arms after being carried like that, dusts herself off, gets all prim and proper again. She looks at you for a second, Vargas. Then don't make a habit of that. Oh,
Talambe is still on the comm going, Alex, Alex.
I think Alex is dead.
I will have to conclude that as well.
They don't have a house for their head.
Take a listen.
I look at the little girl, I go, so where can we get a house for our head?
Need the foil, and she points to a cupboard in the back of the room.
Mia's sister walks over. Actually, before that, after the child says foil in the back of the room, can I tell if they're telling the truth? Actually want to protect us, not sending us to some like trap where I walk back there and just,
Yeah, of course. Make me like a insight roll.
Yeah, and I'm specialized at discerning the truth.
Cool.
I rolled a 10, which amounts to a 16 with the specialization.
Yeah, you feel pretty confident that they've been telling the truth.
Alright, so Sister Maureen walks over to the back where the child pointed and opened. You said it's in a cupboard, or?
Yeah, it's like cupboard. So like it's two doors, and you open up, and when you look inside, you see that it's not just foil; it's just anything metallic that they could find. So it looks like they've had foil, and now they're just trying to salvage anything they can in case they find more children or more people.
Can I use puzzle solving to see if I could figure out why metallic prevents this dust from infecting or burning your skin?
Sure. Yeah, make me a roll.
Like I pull out my scanner and I start scanning and go, this seems like it's basic metal. And I let's see what will happen.
Look.
I got a 17 on the die and I'm trained.
Nice.
Yeah. So you've had the feeling that it's some kind of flesh eating smoke or like bacteria or something. And you think that most likely the metal or the foil, they can't eat through it. It has to be something flesh or organic rather than metallic.
I look over at Ptolemy, I go, you did see what happened when I fired on that, right? It actually took the shape of a person.
I'll be honest, brother. I was running so fast I didn't see anything.
Sister, sorry, I don't want to cut you off. No, Sister Noreen walks back from the cupboard. Wait.
A person.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Al.
No, I was just gonna say, comment on that. Like, Sister Noreen comes back with like a roll of foil, and says, and let's not forget that, uh, Alex said he saw Alan or heard him. Why we saw him perish? How did that happen? I'm starting to unroll some foil to cover like my arms.
Hmm. The little girl doesn't answer. She just kind of stares at you. She doesn't know what to say. But yeah.
How many kids are in this room?
They look like about 7.
And how old does the oldest one look?
They're all covered in foil except for the little girl, so it's really hard to say. They seem very hesitant to want to take off the foil. Even the little girl seems to want to put it back on pretty urgently.
Can I waste 1 XP for a player intrusion?
Sure.
I go into my pocket and I pull out a little round disc, right? And I put it on the ground in front of the girl and I tap it and a little dancing ballerina appears. And I go, for you, where are the mommies and daddies?
She stares at this doll for a bit of what this like little figurine, and she seems very excited by it. Like she hasn't seen anything exciting for a very long time, or like toys. And then after probably a couple of minutes, you realize you asked her a question. She goes, "They all disappeared when they came. The things from above, like the smoke, but different."
Who came?
Do
Can you draw what they look like for me? And I pull out a pen.
I'll try my best. I'm not a very good drawer though.
um
Hey, take your time.
I look at Ptolemy, I go, Ptolemy, what was the tech level here? Do they have the equivalent of cell phones, perhaps?
Let me check the scanners to see if there's any power lines.
Or do they have, towers? Do they have, like we have, cameras and stuff everywhere?
Yeah, I
Yeah, so it's
scanners to see if I can find anything similar to what he's asking for.
because you've already done the pre-Emily scans. I'm just going to give you it without rolling. But yeah, you can see that there is all that technology there for cell phones and everything like that. It is all still up and running, but you can tell it's all up and running. But there's nobody around, as you noticed when you landed.
I look at Ptolemy. I go, do you think you could patch into their camera system?
I could try.
Cool. Make me a roll for this one.
All right, I'm gonna let me see if I could. Is finding something new or puzzle solving any of that'll work?
I think problem solving will. I'm going to make it a 4, so you've reduced it to a 3 with the problem solving.
All right, I'll just roll a straight d20. I got a 3, which is a GM intrusion.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, right. All right. You go to do that, and you're not sure whether it says security or something, but there is like a feedback, and it blows up your scanner for a moment. You're not sure if it's damaged for good, but it's definitely out of commission right now. It just shuts down your tablet and everything just gone dark.
I feel the shock, and then you immediately let go, and my thing starts falling and bouncing on the ground.
Did he get hurt at all?
No. It more just fried the actual the tablet and the scanner.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good question. Does the little girl look human to us, or
Yeah.
alien looking?
I'll be honest, I can't remember what we said the descriptions of these people were, but she looks like she's one of those, so very human-like. Because I think we said they were human-like. Was that right, Al?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're very human-like. And she has finished drawing her picture, and it just looks like a huge, like shadowy tornado. And she's like shadow, and she hands it to Ptolemy.
I look at the picture and I hand it to Sister Noreen.
Yeah, I was just about to ask for it. Says,
And I said, "Is this something a race you know of?"
she takes off her.
This doesn't look like the consumption to me.
Neither doesn't look like them in particular. Can I make a roll with my? I think I have religion or history to see if I recognize what she drew?
Yeah, I'll definitely give you. Yeah, make a roll. I'll give you both of those because I think it is history and religious for you.
Gotcha. Roll d20. So 16, essentially. 10 plus the 2 trainings.
Cool. You feel like it's not the consumption, but it reminds you very much of them. So if it isn't the consumption, they've either adapted or there is something very similar to them out there.
You see that Sister Noreen's
Can I give
eyes
you
go, what?
can I give you a GM intrusion?
Wait, what?
I mean a player
I
intrusion.
was like, what?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'll take one of my XP off, and when you're looking at you, I snatch it. I go, it's the Forerunners.
Yeah, Forerunners. Perfect.
My eyes. I'm assuming you snatched it after I was coming to the realization of who they were or what they were.
Yeah.
So I understood more what Sprinks was saying, where it's like they kind of felt similar to the consumption. So after like my eyes get wide, you snatch and say the Forerunners, are they from the consumption? Were they?
They were before. They were the ones that the consumption mutated. Well, they mutated and became the consumption. Remember?
I don't. So much of this is out of memory.
That's a childhood fairy tale, Forerunners. That's what.
Look at the picture. Don't you remember? Yeah, it was a fairy. Everybody said it's a fairy tale, but look at the picture.
There's no denying. I even felt a consumption-like energy from the drawing.
And the little girl is like consumption, like she has trouble pronouncing consumption. And she looks at you a bit funny before focusing back on the little ballerina disc that Ptolemy has put in front of her.
But
Don't worry, child. It's okay. This is a beautiful picture.
Thank you. I tried my very best.
You did really well.
So nice. Well, do you think you guys can get back to your ship and get out of here? Because it's not safe. You don't have houses for your heads.
I know. If we could get back to our ship, we could have houses for our heads. But can you help us?
Well, I mean, I know my way around here a little bit, but I don't know why you want to be down here. It's safer up above.
Where are all the shadow people at?
I don't know. They landed and then we went underground hiding, us kids, and she like points to the kids behind her. I haven't seen them since. Maybe they're still out about hunting the others. Maybe there's more adults. I don't know. I haven't seen any for weeks, months even.
Where do these tunnels lead us?
Well, this will lead us to the big building up the stairs. And she like describes the big like the Department of Defense building.
and like now that y'all have been talking, Sister Noreen gets a little bit closer to you once the building was mentioned. She says, "We saw someone covered in what looked like the shiny, like you, walk into the building. Was that one of you guys?"
Yeah, we were looking for others because we hadn't been in that building. It's so big and scary. So we thought maybe we should have a look. And then I found why my friend went in there. We found you down here and we tried to help.
Thank you for
There's lots of computers and control stuff in that big building. I don't know what that's about.
There's computers there?
Yeah, like big computers. Looks like they I don't know, they're like huge. Never seen anything like it.
I look over at Vargas and go, maybe I could patch it. If they have some sort of computer system, maybe I could patch in from there. And we could get a better idea of what we're facing.
I look down at your tablet and go, yeah, maybe you can tap in.
And maybe my system is fried, but maybe we could contact the ship.
Well, it's a Department of Defense. I'm quite sure they probably have some sort of riot gear in there. You know, Kevlar isn't metal, but it does have a crystal and lattice work, similar to metal, probably a good defense. It may not last as long, but it could be enough to get us onto the ship. And full Kevlar gear, you know, should be, a good protection.
I look at the '70s garb I have on. I have one of those T-shirts with like a big thumb that says "Keep on trucking," and I go, anything's better than this outfit.
Speaking of outfits, like while you guys were talking, Sister Noreen was fashioning like some aluminum foil, basically outfits for us three. She's already wearing it, like it was just basically like a silver version of the dress she was already wearing, along with sleeves and like a hood. She has like little symbols of the Jova of the religion. It basically looks like black holes with like some ornaments, or just circles with like neat ornamental like filigree around the circles, so like two circles. But either way, it's a couple of different of those around the uniform, and she also made one for Vargas, and one for Ptolemy. She's not a dress, but like just like a a little outfit. It has a bit one. They both on both backs of the shirts have big Jova symbols on them. It's like we'll be protected by Jova and the metal.
Can you lead it? I look over to the little girl and go, "Can you take us to the building?"
Yes, I can take you there. I can be your guide. We'll need to see if it's safe first. And she gets she points to the door, and one of the other children like pop their head out, and they wait a little bit, and they kind of like wave you to go forward. And she leads you out the door while one of the other ones runs back the other way where the smoke thing chased you. You're not really sure why, but she's leading you back the way you're coming, leading you forward again north, where the other person's leading south. Back in this narrow hallway.
Directions.
Yeah.
And when we see them split off, I say to the one that's been talking, where are they off to?
She's just gonna keep a lookout so we can, if we need to move, the other children can get a message to us. There's some other tunnels as well, and she like points to one of the air vents, but they go everywhere, but they're a little bit too small for you guys. You're too big.
Makes sense.
As we walking down the cave, Ptolemy is gonna ask Sister Noreen, like, how long do you think these kids have been down here?
The little girl said at least a couple of months.
It's quite an unfortunate situation, she says under her breath, trying not to let the children hear. Maybe we can do something to help.
Wouldn't G.U.N want us to take? That's the name of our federation.
Yeah,
right,
G.U.N.
I said, wouldn't G.U.N want us to take these kids off the planet?
No.
I mean, there have been certain circumstances in the past that have called for evacuations. It has to be extremely dire. So, if we find that the children's parents are long gone, then yes, they may issue us to save the children.
Extremely dire.
Who knows? They
could be contaminated, Ptolemy. If they're contaminated with something, then we can't take them anywhere.
Assume you're having this conversation while you're walking.
Yes.
Yeah.
What we need to do is get to this command center, get whatever information we can get geared up, get off this planet, and send back a team specialized in this type of situation. These children are going to have to be quarantined. They're going to have to be looked after, and basically made sure that they're not going to be carrying a contaminant out into the galaxy. You science types never pay attention to these things.
Sounds heartless to me. I look at Noreen and I go, what about doing good? I thought G.U.N was about doing good. And I put my head down and I just start walking forward.
It is about doing good, but if we contaminate ourselves and contaminate all of G.U.N and contaminate the rest of the galaxy, what good have we done? We've just wiped out existence. Well, it's systematic.
As you guys are like talking back and forth, Sister Noreen follows behind saying, what must be done must be done. And she's trying to allude that either one of y'all could be correct about this. but we'll hit that road when we get to it. And yeah, she's
Like, everyone to make me perception checks.
Everyone?
Yeah, everyone. Yeah.
all right. Um,
I got puzzle solving, but that doesn't work, right?
No, I won't in
does
this case.
seeing through deception work in this case?
Worth a shot.
No.
All right, so I just have no
I got a
training.
7.
I got an 8.
I got an 11.
All right. The 11. You hear a soft metallic knock on like the air vents above you, and immediately this little girl leading you, she like, opens up another door and like shoves you guys like quick in, and just as you do, another seemingly out of nowhere just comes like one of those dust clouds that were chasing you, comes down from one of the other vents and chases you, passing you as you come into this room. In here, it looks like it's a makeshift kitchen. There's like a rusted pipe which has been like broken off, and there's like a bucket there. It looks like they've been washing their hands here, and there is like they look like they've found like canned food that they've been living off in this room, and they're just kind of just piling up, but disgusting in the corner. This looks like where they've been eating and stuff like here. And the little girl's like, that was way too close. Sorry.
I look for any wiring, like wiring from the lights, like if there's any sort of electronical wiring.
There is a light that is on, and there is some wiring going from the roof going across, going further north as well.
You need wires?
No, I need. Do you have a knife? And I cut the wire and like put my finger on my tongue to see if it's live. Like I expose the wire itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely live. You do get a shock from it.
And I look at the group and I smile. I'm gonna try to hot wire my pad back into to get it back running again.
Cool. Roll me a intellect roll for that, unless you got a skill.
I'm a problem solving.
Yeah, no, definitely problem solving. You're definitely trying to problem solve here. I'll give you that.
Could I help?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No,
you're right.
I have
Go ahead.
the decipher ability. Could I help decipher the situation to help him figure out the best way to go about? I know the decipher isn't meant to be used like that, but I'm offering if I can use even maybe effort along the cost for that adjusted use. But yeah.
I'll allow it. I like to think that your sister here is like, oh, you've done this. What you need to do is like kind of like giving pointers with your decipher ability. You've kind of seen this before in one of your many lives, and you're like, yeah, last time they did that, they did this, and this, kind of helping, and together with your problem solving, your machines, and that, I'm going to say you pass the roll. It was level 3, so that reduces it to a 0, and you do manage to hotwire your tablet back up, and it seems to be working. Like the screen kind of flickers a little bit. It's not like at full capacity, but it is working.
All right, so I'm gonna try to access the cameras again, like Vargas wanted me to.
I'm gonna ask the little girl. When you have your house, your house where your head's on, the foil, do these things just not see you, or are they repelled by it?
They seem to be repelled by it. They do notice it's harder to see. I think it's because it reflects. I'm not sure, but they seem. I mean, if you walk right in front of it, it sees you. But if you're some distance away, you seem invisible. It seems hard to see.
Okay, you said there was a rusted pipe in there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over there to the rusted pipe and use my knife and scrape off as much rust as I can. And is it like a?
I failed my roll.
Is there like any? Is there any like I don't know, a pop bottle or water bottle or something?
Yeah, there would be a water bottle here for sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to put as much, fill me up a bottle full of the filings, and then I'm going to strap a grenade to it. One of my frag grenades to it.
Oh my.
Yeah,
nice.
And like, you know what? let's go. Let's make it to the building. And if one of
Okay.
these things come, I got a little something to see if it'll work out.
We have
So
to,
what was that?
we have to wait for the girl to let us know when it's ready. We can move again, right?
Yeah, she does peer out the door, like opens just a crack, then kind of pokes her head out and like waves you on further. Um, and for the next part of the journey, it feels like a couple of miles, like it feels about a mile when you're walking. And oddly enough, there doesn't seem to be any more dust clouds, and she takes you into up these massive amount of stairs, and they spiral around for a while, and shows you this big computer room. It kind of reminds you of like Homer Simpson's office in The Simpsons. Like there's a big square computer. There's a chair there. There's lots of different consoles everywhere, and seems to be it looks like satellite tracking. It all seems to be working at the moment.
Yeah, I'm picturing is like looking at, you know, because the technology we used to compared to this is like looking at like a Commodore 64. What
Yeah.
the hell is this crap? You know, like I'm looking at, like, are you for real? Like I give them both the look like you want me to work on this.
So
Little girl goes, "It's the big computer, right?"
I asked the I asked Vargas what exactly he wants me to do.
See if you can access their camera systems and bring up what happened. Download all of that information. Get as much information as you can. The little girl said that the shadows came down from the sky, and this is all this craziness started happening. So,
All right, so I'm assuming our technology is a lot more advanced than theirs. So can I assume that my device will be able to download everything that's on that computer and fit it into
Correct.
my device so we could take it for later?
Yeah.
And I also want to try to access the cameras. If I could
Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that you do get access to the cameras because it's a very old computer and you're connecting something that's way more powerful. So like your computer to hack into that data is just like your tablet is way more advanced. So it's easy peasy. You do see basically what you see is the cameras of just dark shadows. Like the clouds go dark and then dark shadows just descend from the clouds in like a whirling wind and suck up people like you saw happen to Alex and Alan.
Oh,
Alex.
before that happens, can we say when I hooked up the thing, the Apple logo came up, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah, Apple logo pops
and,
up.
and while he's doing his hack job, I'm going to attempt to find an armory or whatever, see if I can find us some real protection.
Yeah. So you see like there's Kevlar here. There's like all the guns are a little bit old school because you know you're ahead of technology here. But there are like snipers, there's grenades, there's Kevlar vests, there's like riot shields and stuff here. There's a lot of real heavy duty equipment here. It looks like this was also used as a bit of a military base.
All right, so I'll get everybody a full riot suit and helmet.
You leave in the room, so it's only me and what you call it, a sister in there.
Yeah.
So what do we see in the cameras? Like if we go back as far back in the video as we possibly can.
Yeah. So basically, one day everything seems fine. Then dark clouds roll in, and like dark, shadowy kind of people come in and begin like grabbing people and sucking them up, and they are turned into ash, and that's where the smoke cloud that attacked Alex come from. So it looks like these shadowy things kind of absorb people, and turn them into these weird dust clouds that melt flesh.
So the whole time, like I'm assuming that I'm sitting in a chair with all the monitors.
Yeah.
Is behind me. I keep on like doing that awkward look back, like, oh, you see what's going on in this, like.
And like, sister is just nodding, like, and even muttering like, Jehovah, or a Jova. What is this?
Can I pinpoint the exact how many days since it's the last transmission of when this started?
Looks like it was. So when you pinpoint, you go back into that, you hack the computer a bit more, and you find that looks like it started about 3 months ago.
All right, so I have a stupid question. When did we contact them for the first time for the first contact? Was it prior to 3 months, or was it after? Was this happening when we contact them for first contact?
It appears that it happened about less than a month prior. So we made first contact, and then as soon as we left, almost this happened.
Okay. So it happened after we made contact. Okay.
Shortly
So I look at
thereafter.
Sister and go.
Sorry, what was that?
I look at Sister and go. You don't find it strange that we contact this planet and then they get attacked by some sort of alien race? Or...
It is kind of perplexing. With the fact that they have ties to the consumption, nothing could be beyond like they're capable of anything. I don't maybe they followed us, or it's all just so much. And she's still looking shocked.
We saw no traces of space bending whatsoever in this whole, this whole section of space. So how could it be the consumption? It just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. Maybe.
Can I GM True, Ptolemy?
Sure.
All right, who do you want to give the other XP to?
Vargas.
Vargas, awesome. So as you're looking into it, you bump something. You're not really sure what happens, but all of a sudden, this whole building, an alarm goes off, like audible alarm. And the little girl looks panicked, goes, "That's probably bad."
Okay.
That's actually your 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. That was perfect then.
Yeah, you're pretty much on the dot.
All right. Yeah, the alarm goes off, and it's that.
Hold on. Let Ben get the new sheet.
Oh, that's my sheet, Ben. You take Vargas.
Alrighty. All right.
You all set?
Yeah, I'm all good to go.
All right. So the alarm. What are you doing?
I'm moving frantically, trying to figure out, like, what is this alarm and where's it coming from?
I say, calm yourself. Check the diagnostics.
I immediately start checking everything to see.
Give me a puzzle solving roll.
I do have puzzle solving, so I'll roll a d20 at 3. I got a 6 or 9.
It'll be a 9. You said it'll be leveled. Okay. You get from it. There's the alarm is going off, but there seems to be something underlying, something that's connected. Like another signal, and you probably wouldn't have noticed it if not for your advanced technology.
I immediately get on our comm, and I go, Vargas, get your ass back over here.
All right, Vargas.
Was that you, Ptolemy? I swear to God, you eggheads are all the same. Sorry, swear to, what's your god's name, sister?
Jova.
Swear to Jova, you're all the same. And starts heading back towards the control room.
I can't say if it was me or not. I just don't know. We just need you back.
And please don't use the Lord's
right
name
now.
in vain.
All right. So you're making your way back, Vargas. I got a group. I got a GM intrusion for you, Vargas.
Yep.
Who are you giving the XP to?
I'll give it to Ptolemy.
All right. So, Vargas, you're on your way back down the hall, and you see one of those shadows. And what's weird is that you notice that as it comes towards the light, it skirts towards the wall. Like, so the light's on the wall, it's avoiding being in direct light.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is it coming towards me? Sorry.
Yes.
I see if there's some light somewhere that I can kind of point at it. Like if there's if I can climb up, like jump up on the roof, kind of move the light bulb so it directly points towards the creature.
No, it's the fluorescent lights in the ceiling.
Oh, fluorescent light. Yeah, sorry. In that case, I I go back the way I came and try and see if there's a door I can like it kind of bolt shut for a second.
Okay. Do you take any of that equipment that you find since you found all that riot gear and stuff?
Yeah, I will try and get as much of that as I can. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say you got a cart and you're pushing it. Give me a speed check.
All right, here we go. All right, I do have the. You've got the dexterity.
Yep.
So I've got that there. Let's do this. And I've got speed defense as well, so it's 2. So it's D20 plus 6.
So roll a 6 or better.
13.
Okay, no problem. You come speeding into the room and slam the door where everybody is. And you got this cart full of riot gear and so on and so forth. What are you doing?
What's the hurry?
We have a problem, guys. There's one of those. There's a shadowy thing out there. I've got some gear, but I'm not really sure where we're going. They are scared of light, though, so that's a bonus.
Should we run back to the ship? Would I be able to start the ship from here?
No.
What about the children? I mean, I suppose they'll just contaminate. That's probably the best option.
We probably need to at least go back to the ship to contact the head of the gun.
That alarm is pulsing, but now, like I said, you are getting this other signal underneath the alarm.
Can I pinpoint where that signal's coming from?
Give me a roll.
I'm gonna use puzzle solving if that works.
Yeah, that'll work.
Finding something new.
Finding something new. Yeah, go ahead.
Both of them or just one?
You can use them both.
Okay. I'll roll a d20, add 6. It's quicker. 19 with it was 13 added 6.
Nice.
All right. So you get you separate the two messages, and you can see where the signal is emanating from, but it says, "We have returned. We mean you no harm."
I put it on the big screen so both of them could see.
Basically, what it is actually you separate the signal, and you hear the alarm, but you hear underneath. Now you hear, "We have returned. We mean you no harm," and it's pulsing in time with the alarm.
Can I tell if they're being genuine about the message underlying there?
You can try. Yeah,
I'm specialized in seeing through deception, or discerning the truth. That's the MVP skill of the day. I rolled a 12, so it's 18 with the specialization.
Okay. So yes, it seems very genuine.
I look over to I'm blanking on the name. Ptolemy. I ask him. I say, I hear them. I feel they do want us to know that they mean us no harm. Is there any way for us to relay a message back to them through the comms?
I could try.
Like rerouting the optic MD5 hash protocol.
You want me to say, "This is Gun. Get the fuck off this planet."
Whoa, Ptolemy. No. Just say, if you mean us no harm, what should we do? We are in danger.
I look over at Vargas to see if he agrees with the message.
Worth a shot, I guess.
I try to type out the same thing that Noreen says.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Same thing, right? The 2 assets.
Yep.
10.
Oof. Natural 4 plus 6.
You're having a little bit of difficulty trying to get this thing together. It's just not seeming to come together. Sister Noreen, I have a GM intrusion for you.
I take it immediately.
Who are you giving the other XP to?
I'll give the other XP to Ptolemy
Okay.
for being such a
So,
wonderful tech guy.
uh, Sister Noreen, he's doing whatever he's doing. Then all of a sudden, Sister Noreen goes rigid and her eyes turn white. They glaze over and her voice becomes otherworldly. And it's like, we are the Forerunners. The time for our return is at hand.
I thought you said you meant this no harm.
It's
We mean you no
wait,
harm.
you said I hear that in my head, or
No, you're saying
oh,
it.
I'm saying it. Oh,
Yes.
it's coming out of my.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
that literally her mouth is open.
I was on
Her-
the computer. Paul.
Literally her mouth is open, but she's not moving her lips, but this is what's being said. So we have returned. What you call the consumption is an abomination. It must be stopped. We
I'm the lowest ranking person here, so I'm gonna look at Vargas. Like, help me, buddy.
and
I'm just the IT guy.
and then Mother Teresa, I mean Sister Noreen's mouth snaps shut, and you come back to yourself.
Do I have recollections of what I just said, or
Yep.
it's like and do I feel
not a
like
good
inside that they actually do
Inside.
want that for us, that there's no harm, or
Right.
did they give me any direction on what to do, or
What you see in your mind's eye, you saw it, and you feel as a matter of fact, give me a intellect defense roll.
D, before you stop, why is the timer
yeah,
stopped?
I was just gonna mention that. I don't know, it froze. I didn't press the hotkey or nothing. Dean, have you been keeping track of the time yourself at all? If not, it's been frozen about 3 minutes, so you have about 25 minutes left.
I'll just get my phone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't interact with the app at all. You know,
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
My apologies. It's my first time using this timer app. It was working fine before, and yeah, I'm pressing the button to continue to reset it.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna get my phone right now. We just use my phone.
Yeah. Oh, let me reset it. I can actually do it. Start over. I don't know.
No, I can start right now with my
All
phone.
right. So I'll just.
Oh, you said 10 minutes. You can start right now and then go 10 minutes on that. But I'll do 10 minutes here too. So he got
25
No, he
minutes.
has 25 minutes left.
Oh yeah, 35 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. So in your mind's eye, when you were saying this, you recall what was said, but you see all these images and you can tell you're looking back probably, 100 years or so when the consumption first started. And what happened was there were two distinct factions in the Forerunners. One faction became the consumption, their darkness incarnate. What you realize is that the Forerunners have been biding their time and figuring a way to come back. This is their way back. The people aren't really dead, and if they can face the consumption, if you can help them face the consumption somehow, they'll be able to reverse this process. But they have to stop the consumption to do it. And that's what it's telling you. And like I said, but I need you to make an intellect defense roll.
That was me, right?
Yes.
Gotcha. Oh, jeez.
I don't know, Ptolemy. This sounds a bit odd. Like, I'm not sure whether I trust it. Like, this seems to go against everything that we've done with G.U.N before.
15.
And wasn't General blah blah famous?
Okay, so you don't take
Destroying the phone.
you don't take any damage, or you don't take any intellect damage.
Yeah, you see Sister Noreen kind of shake off what just happened. So, we actually don't have anything to worry about. It's the Forerunners. They were just waiting for a time that they could make their return. They came from the consumption, but they're the light side of them. I just did I get any premonition or inclination of what needs to be done for them to come back, or?
Give me one more intellect roll. Give me if you have something perception,
I mean,
something along.
while she's saying this, I whisper over to Vargas. I go, Skip, this isn't our call to make. We have to give this information to the head of command and gun.
As long as we can go above Captain Tan, that guy was useless.
Captain. But yeah, I rolled a 7.
Okay. You get an inkling, just this feeling that you need to go to the top floor of this place. You know where you realize that they have a satellite. They have a early satellite. They have one satellite, and they have an observation room where you can access that satellite. Something's telling you, you get this feeling that you need to go check this room up there.
In my babblings, or as I was coming out of the little shock thing, I say, guys, we have to. They were saying to go to the top floor. There's something about a satellite. Their one and only satellite. We can look into it. Oh my head.
I have a player intrusion I want to do.
Go for it.
Here's my 1 XP. While all this is happening, I'm recording this entire conversation and try to send the audio and video to the ship of what's going on.
Okay, I'll let it happen since you gave it XP up. You figure out how to jury rig through the single satellite system.
Because I'm in firm belief that none of this, we shouldn't be doing any of this without upper command's approval.
Makes sense.
So that's what I'm like secretly sending it out.
Okay. So what are you doing?
So we have to head to the top floor, guys. They want us to look into their satellites.
Yeah, I'm following them because now I'm recording everything.
Yeah, and
If
I'm still wearing.
If Jova's telling you this is the right thing to do, we've got to do it.
You guys gearing up first? Or
I already have, or I should still have on my foil dress and hood type deal. And I made something similar for them too.
I put on whatever Kevlar that Vargas brought, like the Kevlar jacket, I guess ride helmet if they had one.
Yeah, they got the whole 9.
Cool. Yeah, Vargas is basically the same. Up he'll get magenta ready if need be. If things go bad.
As we traveling, I'm gonna ask the obvious question: if they meant no harm, why were they disintegrating bodies?
They didn't say. Are you asking me or? Yeah. As I'm leading the way.
According to what you saw, the people aren't really disintegrated. They've just been put in another state of being. And so they've been reaching out trying to communicate, and every time they touch someone, that person gets changed over. So literally that's what they're trying to do, is convert the planet so they can use these physical forms to face the consumption.
So I basically convey that to Ptolemy in this fashion. I say it looks like death to us. Life and death, they're just different perceptions of the same thing. What we perceive as death is just another life cycle to them. They've gone to another form of being, and any attempts at communication just it seems accidentally brings us to their realm of being. It's not a death, just a different state of life. But I couldn't really glean much more than that. I don't know how we can talk to them, but hopefully at this room with the satellite, they're leading me there. I feel a draw. Their energy is drawing me there.
I know you like to preach us with that time and space thing, but this just doesn't feel right.
It's in my heart of hearts. I can feel that we can trust them. And I say that as we're walking. I'm still leading the way.
You guys are.
What I want to know is. Oh, sorry, you go, Dean.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. What were you saying? Yeah.
Vargas is going to say, well, what I want to know is if G.U.N had led them here, or like why did it just happen? So it was just coincidence that G.U.N was here not that long ago, and then this happened, or that seems a bit odd as well. I have to admit, but you know,
Did I get
if
any
Jeremy says this is the right thing
inkling?
to do.
Did I get any?
The
Oh,
you guys are making your way uh up the stairs, and as you come up to the one landing, you're almost to the top. Another one of those doors open up, and you see one of the aluminum foil kids go, "Where are you going? Don't go up there. That's the bad place."
the the bad place. What do you mean? I've told it's been safe, and from my role earlier, I do trust that they're telling the truth. That it's like
Right,
that we need to go there for whatever reason, and they're
right.
out for our best. I tell the little kid, I say, yeah, I've kind of spoken with what's going on with the entities, and they're just trying to talk to us. We're trying to reach out to them, see what's going on.
No, it's a lie.
I mean, you may think it's
See,
a.
I'm now looking at like I'm looking at Vargas going, the kid's right. The kid's right. I said, I was like, come on, man. They even if they are just taking these people, she's essentially saying they want to absorb this entire planet to bring their race back. How is that fair to them? How does that follow gun values?
While you're ranting or whatever have you, sister comes.
And I'm actually like sort of screaming.
Yeah,
at
you're
them.
upset. Yeah, so I come to put a hand on both your shoulder and on, if you're standing side by side anyway, Vargas's shoulder. I said, gentlemen, please just have faith.
Get your hands off me. I don't know if I could trust you.
You're entitled to feel how you feel, but I can assure you that these aliens, entities, these forerunners, they bring no malice. They just want to speak with us and make their
You said
return.
they bring no malice, but in the same breath, you told us that they're absorbing an entire planet to bring their race back. How is that right?
We didn't speak in verbal terms. I saw flashes, images. I'm sure once we get to the room and get to the satellite link, there may be a way to speak to them. It's just, I want to know the details as well. It is quite baffling. I agree with you. The fact that they're absorbing and changing other people into these different life forms, it's bewildering. But in my heart of hearts, I do trust them.
I don't.
The lights in the hallway on the way up the stairs start to flicker.
I look.
Oh, mate, if
I
we'll
go, you got to make a decision, man. She's crazy. She's lost it. I'm gonna wait for orders from the ship. I'll take these kids and I'll get the hell out of here.
There, you look down the stairwell, and you see the shadow dust creatures coming, making their way up the stairs.
Gentlemen, there's no way down. We have to go. Unless you want
The
to be absorbed before we understand.
She goes, this way.
Which way is she going? Pointing us to.
Okay, there's one more level up to get to the top. She's right at the landing where there's a door to go in.
I'm going up to where they're.
I'm going with the little girl. So now,
follow me. If
I have
Marcus has to make a decision.
I have a group intrusion.
okay,
I'm definitely for it.
I'm sorry, I'm just RPing my character.
No, that's fine. I got a group intrusion. You guys want to
before you do that, I just want to say to Ptolemy, look, if sister is wrong, I will stake my life on it to make sure that you make it back to the ship. That's how much faith I have in sister and Jova that this will be the right decision to make. And if she's wrong, I will make sure that you will make it back to the ship.
I look in Vargas' eyes and you see the tear come up and then go, it's not about making it back to the ship, man. It's the souls of everyone on this planet.
I have to agree, it seems odd, but we have to trust in Jova.
It's insane. Tell this little girl that her parents' lives didn't matter. that they're a vessel for another race. Look in her eyes and tell her that.
If we make contact with them, maybe we can fix this. It's the only way. We have to follow Jove. It's the only way forward.
I'm not going to leave the girl.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Sister's already going.
1. Okay, I have a GM intrusion. Who's taking it?
I thought it was a group.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we all.
Yeah.
I take it.
You take it? Everybody takes
it.
Okay, everybody take an XP.
Got it.
And for just a second, it's almost like the world bends. You know, remember how they were talking about the consumption bending space in order to travel? The world seems to bend just a second, like reality. And you find yourself standing on this wide open platform. Looks like blackness all around you. The ground, the floor is polished to a high gloss silver, almost like a mirror. And you can see your reflections in it. And then around you, you start seeing, like, looks like it just goes on forever. You see these tubes with the people all lined up in these tubes down a long, long line. Thousands, maybe millions. You're really not sure. And the little girl goes, "No, not here again. I don't know how to get out. I don't know what to do. No, this isn't right."
It's in front of us or behind us? What's going on?
It's all in front of you. And when you turn around and look back, it's going in the same direction back.
So infinite hall of body tubes, basically.
Yep.
I mean, all right. So the way I'm picturing it is kind of like Matrixy, with like a bunch of tubes with, like, you know, connecting them, and like, or does it look like they're being kept alive then?
Oh, they kind of remind you of stasis.
I walk up to one and look inside, like look closely into one.
When you look into the tube, looking closely, you realize that you've been duped. This is the consumption. They're doing something strangely new and twisted.
I take another step back, 2 steps back.
And you can see the people that are in the tubes being slowly consumed. And you see inside the tube, you can, because you're at the right perfect angle, you can see the dark, monstrous form of the consumption. You know, and they're actually feeding on these people. And this is what's going on in the tubes in both directions.
I step back, I turn away from it, I like crouch on the floor and I just throw up. Oh, we've been, it's not right. You see, you both see, like, Sister Norian's all messed up right now.
Tomlin.
Well, you see me throw up for sure.
Tomlin, you hear Vargas. Come in. This is Captain Captain. You guys are getting that through your comms. This crackle.
I'm trying to scream out. You know, Captain, you copy us?
Get out of there. We're going to bombard this planet from the atmosphere. It's been infected.
I grabbed the little girl and try to run.
I follow. I leave Sister behind. I drag Sister with me.
Oh, I'm leaving Sister behind. She's not.
Yeah, no, if I wouldn't have the wherewithal to get up and run. So if I have to literally be dragged. So yeah,
little girl goes, "We need light. We need light. We never get out without light."
Oh,
Can I
go ahead.
Can I GM intrude and pull out a flashlight from my equipment that I picked up earlier?
Good idea.
Ben, didn't when Dean have your character, didn't he make a bomb?
I sure
Yes.
did.
Oh, forgot all about that. Oh, okay. So first, I'm gonna GM intrude, and I'm going to player intrude, and I'm going to then throw bomb. I'm gonna get it ready, and just kind of throw it behind us the way we're running away from. See if that creates like a distortion or a rip in reality or something like that.
I was gone already with the little girl. I have the little girl under my arm like the Heisman Trophy.
So which way do you throw it?
You never see the
Actually, can I?
Lost is that?
If you let me, I'll player intrude a second time and throw it in front of us. If I can cause like a
Throw it in
rip
front.
in.
You don't have to use a second. That's what I was asking. Which direction?
Cool.
So you throw it in front. Okay,
Yeah.
give me a D20 speed roll if you have any of your.
And keep in mind, Sister Noreen adds a hindrance because you're dragging me. Unless you drop me to the floor to do this.
I will drop you to the floor at this point.
Ow.
You want to spend any edge or anything like that? Go for it.
Yeah, I will put some effort in. I'm gonna put one level of effort in. And I've got my dexterity. Can I use my dexterity power shift to make the throw, or is it more of a mind
you can
thing,
do
isn't
that.
it? Oh no, you can do it. Cool.
We got like 6 minutes left.
Go for it. It's
All right.
perfect timing. I know I'm gonna start. That's why I did it.
Dean is the king of closing GM Roulette. What is your roll?
Yes, natural 20.
Let's go.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so Vargas takes the grenade and he hurls it with the arrest filings and stuff on it. Throws it out in front. Throws it like what's his name? Tom Brady. 60-yard pass. You see this explosion. First, this is bright flash of light, and the tubes they sputter like it's a TV screen. And then you see all of these flecks from the rust, the metal flecks in the air, and you see through the haze. You see your ship. You're outside. You realize. Then it just starts to break down like glass, and it breaks down the illusion that's all around you. Breaks down, and you see people. The piles of dust are actually the remains of people who've been eaten. It's just these piles, but they're all over the place. And the kids, they see it now too. And they're like traumatized, but you got like 20 kids, around you, and the ship is right there, the shuttle.
I'm putting the kids in the shuttle, regardless of what anybody says.
I'm helping you at this point. I'm helping you since my worldview has been shattered because Sister was wrong for a change, and I will begin helping kids on not throwing them, but helping them in the ship. Yeet.
No, Sister. All right. So wherever he dropped me, Vargas, she just stood there, fucked up, like
okay,
babbling.
And you see
like
the illusion. She's only about 10 feet behind you. The illusion breaks down. You guys were in some sort of mind control going on. And when he blew that thing, you see what he did was when he threw it, he just instinctively threw it in the right direction. But he hit looks like a biomechanical, it was a network thing that was tendrils going all through the city, all into the buildings and everything. And you see it's got tendrils in the remains of bodies. And it's like pulsing. And yes. So you guys charge into your ship. You got like 25 kids on the ship with you. Give me who wants to make a piloting roll?
I'm piloting.
So real quick, since I saw all that, right, I felt betrayed, whatever have you. I'm assuming they're trying to pilot and try to avoid the tentacles or whatever as they fly away. So
Yep.
the sister would stay on ground trying to like I don't know if I could even do that, but like try to throw her bot, like basically sacrifice herself so they could get away. Because she feels horrible about being betrayed. Her mind's all gone. She wants to throw herself to the void of Jova by helping these people out. And
Give me a roll.
As this is happening and I see what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
I like look at the monitor. I still have the little girl on my lap as I'm hitting the buttons. I look at the monitor and I go, time and space. There's nothing but time and space. And I close the doors and I start taking off the ship.
And the screen fades to black as your ship rockets up, dodging tentacles, and as your ship flies right out through the atmosphere, you see three missiles, from your ship, from Captain Tan's ship, streak down to the planet and vaporize the entire city. And that was GM Roulette for the night, people.
yeah, let's turn off that timer. Got even 2 minutes to spare, but yeah, go on, Anthony. I saw you wanted to say something.
Before we log off, we're gonna go through each person individually and tell them what their mindset was running first, second, and like what your thought process. Great ending. I think everybody did great. Ben, that was awesome. So
Good, because I was nervous as all hell.
Al, you went first. So what was
So we went through this when we went first on break. I immediately butchered the hard sci-fi concept right off the bat because again, it's not a genre I partake in or intake much. So, the first thing my mind thought of when I heard hard sci-fi was Star Trek, and that's actually more of a fantastical like sci-fi than a hard sci-fi. So I kind of botched the genre there, but I think we still had fun with it. It still had the elements of sci-fi. Again, wasn't strictly hard sci-fi, but that is kind of the beauty of improv. You roll with what you're given or what you take from something. Like me, I heard hard sci-fi and I took Star Trek from that. And so we were kind of rolled with that.
Go ahead, Anthony.
I mean, where did you come up with the concept? Like, what were you aiming for?
All right, so that whole 5 minutes or 3 minutes I took beforehand, I basically wrote down the same sentence 3 times. Like I scribbled I scribbled it out at the top and I rewrote it. It's literally the same sentence though, and it was just like group of diplomats are asking a planet to join their group. And then when they go, it's like call for joining group, and then it was actually a trap to secure you guys as hostages once they learned of aliens, and they were going to use you as hostages for bartering chips for resources for their planet. But we didn't get that far during my 35 minutes because I'm trash at pacing, but yeah, y'all took it in a great direction.
So me going second, I think whenever we do this exercise, right, and whenever we run GM Roulette, I think that D knows we always have these discussions, but I think second and third in the order is all about creating narrative branches. So the person behind me and the person ending the game has multiple things to work with. So I know that I was struggling a little with getting us into the actual narrative. So I knew I had to establish I had to establish enough plot hooks to give Ben something to work with, but I also didn't want to. So I added the consumption. I added, I added a big bad. I added this Miss Dust thing, and I added the little children in the aluminum suits, hoping that Ben will at least take one of these, aspects. He wound up taking pretty much all 3, which was great. But I was just trying to give Ben as much stuff to work with as as he goes behind me and to keep the story moving forward. Yeah, I thought I did okay. I think I kept the story moving forward, and I think I established at least a good base for the adventure.
You definitely did a good job. Ramping up things when I had things so flat to start off with. That's one of my major problems with starting a game is I go a little too hard into letting the players get ready or whatever have you, or setting up a scene where they can ask questions or whatever, instead of diving just right into action. I need to eliminate that from my
Especially, I would say
habits.
this, especially when you only have 2 hours.
Yeah, you need to eliminate that. Like, just
Yeah.
again, this was a good learning experience for
Well,
me as
we have
well.
to start doing GM Roulette a little bit more often. Maybe start once a month or something.
Oh,
But
Ben, what was
Ben, come on, what was your takeaway, Ben, or how'd you feel?
Oh, good. I felt like I had plenty to work with after with going third. I had so much to work with. Even Al, you gave me. I know. I can see you laughing and thinking, God, I ruined everything, but you didn't. So I had so much to work with, and it was great. Like I thought about even using like a general blah blah like reference as well. In the command room, but I didn't quite get there. I wanted to I wanted to have a robot in there scanning like the environment as well, which so that way Dean could use pretty much anything. But basically, I think I just picked up what you were putting down, Anthony, and I totally was like, all right, I want to use the consumption. That's definitely the big bad here. I need to use the consumption. And then I was like, got to use the smoke monsters, but what's the connection? I kind of had to work that out. Same with the foil. I kind of wanted to,
How's for the
yeah,
head? Wait, how's for
yeah.
the head?
I kind of wanted to expand on the smoke monsters and make them feel a little bit like the husks from Mass Effect. If you guys have played that game,
I
I was
have
kind of
not.
going to try and go for that, feel, but I didn't get quite the time. However, I did get to do the alarm, which was the whole plan of getting you guys to that control room. So I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that was really good. I think that we all did well at the final minutes to lead into something else. Like, I knew that Alex and Alan were gonna, and it was great how me and Ben both ended with like a major like transmission. Like,
Cliffhanger of
Yeah.
sorts. Yeah.
um,
And
yeah.
basically, so for me, what it was, you know, I'm always trying to think of whatever position I'm in. I'm trying to take tidbits from everybody and tie them into the end. So, you know, Al gave me at the beginning, the whole concept of the consumption when you started out, and Anthony's thing about them bending space, came into play, and then of course Ben with the whole idea that the aluminum foil, blocked them and hurt them. I figured I would take the consumption and basically use use the old ones who wanted to come back and actually take over, but they use mind games, they use mind tricks. And Al just made too many damn good rolls. I had to use a GM intrusion to screw you to get you guys screwed over.
oh, that was another thing too. My character, his sentence was never die, so it just didn't seem like he was the person that would be follow blindly like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that wasn't my character's personality.
Right.
Oh, actually,
And
it wasn't Ben's character's personality.
I'm not sure if you saw that comment in the chat, but I literally said that you played that character perfectly. Like I would have done the exact same thing if I was still playing that character. So like kudos. I think I might have made a couple of slip ups there on Vargas. So I apologize there,
The
Dean.
only there was the only thing I would say if I could say there one criticism was the fact that you forgot that I had made the bomb. I was like, nobody's thinking about the I made it. I made the bomb because I was going to try and use it against them because you said they had a thing against metal. So if we got it during your 30 minutes, I was going to test it out and throw it at it. But, oh, well, it didn't happen.
I think that's the beauty of GM Roulette. And by the way, guys, we actually have this written out, and it's going to be on Drive Through RPG soon. It'll be out 100 brand new characters, 50 original ciphers, 20 genres designed. Trust me, it'll be awesome. We'll get it out as soon as possible. But the beauty about GM Roulette is not only do you get to improv as a GM, but when you take another person's character, you have to try to be in the mindset of how that person played their character before them. So
Right.
it's also another exercise in developing, sharing one character and trying to play it as close as possible to the person before you.
And the thing with and this is one of the things that we try to get people. I think this is one of the best ways if you are a new GM A lot of people say, "Oh God, new GM, don't do." But this is great because you can go totally bonkers. You really don't have to worry about, you know, the whole story. All you're doing is speeding up the guy that came before you. You know, and Anthony and I have talked about this a number of times about the first position and the last position, and that's why we give the first and last position 35 minutes because the person coming first has to establish.
Unless you owl, you write the same sentence for 5 minutes.
You got to establish the game, and then that person at the end has to wrap it up. Um, I have a tendency to get the last position. I don't know why. I always seem to be in the last position, but the last few times we've done it, I've been the last one to have to wrap it up. So I'm hoping I get to be first one of these days. I want to see if I can get the game going.
Also, if you enjoyed this as well, we have 3 more versions of GM Roulette that's on our YouTube channel. You could go check those out. We did a fairy tale. We only have 2, I think. We did a fairy tale and a superhero. You can check those out on YouTube. If you go to our YouTube channel and go to our our videos, just GM Roulette has its own section.
Yeah. So yeah, but thank you everybody for coming out tonight. And this has been great. Ben, do you have anything you want to say to the people out there in the interwebs tonight? Any last thoughts?
I mean, I think the only thing I really want to say is that thanks for letting me be on, and you guys are great. So if you haven't followed CU, hurry up, because what are you doing with your life? They're great. They do great content. So why not? Give it a go.
You know how we feel about you, Ben. Follow GM Sprinkles. He does awesome content, and not only does he does awesome Cypher content, he's just an all around great person, and we hope to have him on many more times to come.
And I I guess the bot did, but his Twitter and YouTube are both linked in the chat. Be sure to drop him some follows. Check out his stuff. Great stuff.
And the only thing I'm going to say, my last thoughts for tonight was, once again, everybody, thanks for coming out, hanging out with us. And like I said, you got me kind of stoked, to do some more GM Roulette.
It's fun.
And if you like us and you like what we do, follow us on not only you can follow us on Twitch. Give us a follow on Twitch. We'll greatly appreciate it. Go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe there. We're trying to get a subscription count to 1,000. So please, if you haven't, please, join our YouTube channel and subscribe there. We truly appreciate it. We have a Ko-fi set up. Like I said, our content will always be free, but it helps us out with little things like Zoom costs. We really, really appreciate it. Or go to the Cypher Unlimited Discord server. We have the largest fan-run, yes, I said the largest fan-run Cypher System Discord server out there. We have over 4,000 members. There's games being played every day. Please visit us there. You can chat with us. You can chat with Ben there. You can chat with so many other content creators. And am I forgetting anything? Oh, visit our online store and get some cool Cypher Unlimited swag like you see here. It'd be cool.
And
right? Look like General Blah Blah. Get a house for your head, y'all.
Yeah, get a house for your head. I didn't wear my shirt today. But also, don't forget about Facebook either. We have a Facebook channel. So please join our Facebook. We'd like to get that followership up there as well. And like we always say, Al, what do we always say?
We say a lot of different things here. But now so thank you guys so much for stopping by, and from us at the CU, we will see you later.